What's up, everybody? It's Scotty again here with Flat Track Flashback. And, well, last weekend, Taylor Swift blessed us with the Tortured Poets Department. And this weekend, all us Tortured Flat Track fans who have been going through withdrawals lately since the last round in Sonoy, well, we get to end all that because we get 3 weeks in a row of AFT racing. And it starts down at Texas Motor Speedway before we head out west to Chico, California, and then the beaches of Ventura. So this show, we're going to talk a little bit about Texas Motor Speedway and the first true half mile of the season. And this round has flip-flops between Texas Motor Speedway and Devil's Bowl over the past few years for AFT. But with Devil's Bowl being no more, the series is going to shift over to Texas Motor Speedway and the half mile outside the NASCAR track there. Great facility, not my personal favorite racetrack. I haven't really been a huge fan of the racing there over the past few years. Track tends to become a little bit one-lined and a little bit difficult to pass for me as a viewer watching. So it's going to be crucial that you get a good start out there and have a good qualifying throughout the day. Get yourself on those front rows. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the Twins class, and obviously the favorite going into this round has got to be the man who just picked up his first win of the season and a rider who's really dominated this track, and that's Jared Mees. Jared at Texas Motor Speedway, his worst finish was second, and that was to Jeffrey Carver the last time that a Harley-Davidson XR750 picked up a win, and Jared was second on that night, but in 2018, 2019, and 2022, he's won the race, and he dominated the most recent version of this back in 2022. The margin of victory a little slimmer than how the race was. Jared was able to get the lead pretty early in that one and hold off the Yamahas of J.D. Beach and Dallas Daniels to come home a victor there. And when we go to these half miles, these car tracks, Jared's got to be the perennial favorite for pretty much all of them. Of his wins in his career, of the 73 he's picked up, well, 37 of them have been on half miles. He's the all-time winningest half-mile rider in history. So over half of his wins have come on these types of tracks, and Jared's going to be poised to chip into that points lead that Dallas Daniels has, and this is a track he's got to be looking forward to again, coming off 3 in a row at this facility. Jared's done really well at these Texas half miles. Other than 2020 and Devil's Bowl, where he had 2 fourths, he's pretty much controlled these Texas races. So Jared's got to be the favorite going in there on the Indian. But a rider who's pushed into the limit there is Briar Bauman. And Briar has run at Texas Motor Speedway on 2 different brands. He's podiumed on 2 different brands. When we look at his results, all in the top 5. He had that Kawasaki the first 2 years, and then the great battle with Jared in 2019, probably the best that I remember the track being as a viewer. Great racing that night. Jared and Briar went at it. Jared coming out on top, but Briar pushed him and had a strong second. And in 2022, Briar looked to be faster than J.D. Beach, but he couldn't get around him, and then was passed by Dallas Daniels, ended up slipping the groove and falling back there. But Briar's put on strong performances at Texas Motor Speedway, and he'll be on the KTM. He's been improving his results on that bike as we've gone through the season. After a not stellar opening night, he had a couple of 4th place finishes there, and Briar's going to be looking to get on the box and kind of get back to where he knows he can be and carry some of that momentum out west. I think Briar can definitely be a factor once we hit those 2 short tracks out west for a win. And I think he's probably the number 1 contender to fight Jared for a win down in Texas, even with switching over to now his 3rd different brand at that track. Briar's just so versatile across any type of motorcycle. He can put anything on top of the box, as we've seen. So Briar's probably going to be the top challenger to Jared there. And the rider who currently holds the points lead in the Twins class, Dallas Daniels, not for naught, he had the fastest lap in the main event in 2022, the last time the track was at Texas Motor Speedway. Dallas ended up 3rd on that night. Again, he just finds ways to get podiums, and Dallas has spent every single round on the box this year. He's got that points lead by 3 over Brandon Robinson, and Dallas is going to be hoping to continue that streak and maybe if he can get a win at Texas, that would be huge for his season. If these guys can beat Jared on this type of track, that's going to be major for their confidence. But, I hate to call it a long shot, but again, I just think this is Jared's cup of tea. This is a great track for him to continue building momentum from his win in Sonoy. We also got to take a look at Brandon Robinson. Brandon, 2nd in points, and he's had decent results at Texas Motor Speedway. The first time that he raced there was on that XG750 where he was 11th, but then he got a 4th place finish on that bike. And on the Indian, he's picked up finishes of 3rd and 6th. So Brandon, again, looking to keep his momentum going as he's had a really strong start to the year again, staying on the box. Also picked up a win down in Daytona. And Brandon, a great car track half-mile rider. If he can get a solid result here and carry momentum out west, that could be big for his title hopes. Again, we talked about if he can stay healthy and stay in the mix with this series throughout the year, Brandon could be a dark horse to significantly impact this championship and be in contention for the win of his own. Now, a rider who's shown that he can make moves around Texas Motor Speedway, at least on a 450, is our current AFT Super Twins leading rookie, and that's Trevor Bruner. Trevor in 2022 started 11th and worked his way all the way up to 3rd before sliding out, coming out of turn 2. Scary crash that collected Tanner Dean, sent Tanner tumbling down the back straightaway. This track, no stranger to scary crashes. In the Twins class, you remember the Stevie Bonsi wreck where he was pretty much walking on the moon there in the middle of 1 and 2. So, but Trevor, he showed speed that night, looked to be the fastest 450 before that incident. Didn't end up finishing the race, but Trevor, as we mentioned, our leading AFT Super Twins rookie. He's aboard that Dave Zanotti, Michelle DeSalvo KTM, and Trevor was able to get some testing done at Virginia Motor Speedway as part of the RBA Flat Track event, and we caught up with Trevor on that day to kind of see where he thought his season had been so far.
I don't know. It's hard to rate it. I mean, I give it a 6 or so. I think my riding can definitely improve for sure. I think I just need to get some more time on the bike. You know, it's a lot different, and but you know, we'll get there. It's a different world, and we're just getting comfy on it, and we steadily keep making improvements and stuff like that. You know, we've seen some glimpses of what we can really do. It's just gotta be consistent with it and really dial me in on it. I know this team's capable of it. I know I'm capable of it. We just gotta keep working and keep improving. Get comfy on the bike, and it'll come. Different style of riding. You know, all I've ever known is 450s. So you know, heavier bikes. A lot more power, different seating position on a bike. You know, it's a whole different world for sure. And then not only am I racing with, you know, guys that have been racing for longer than I've been alive. So it's everything's just a whole new world. But yeah, I'd say probably just the different style of riding on these framers. It's been a little bit of a learning curve, but we're getting there for sure.
So that's going to wrap up the Twins class. I guess if I'm going to make a pick to win Texas, you know, again, I can't go against Jared Mees at this track. It's almost a lock. I would say the odds on that probably at a minus 600 at least. Jared just such a strong rider on these half miles and at this track especially. So he's going to be very difficult to beat. I see Jared trimming into that points lead before we head to the short tracks out in California. But moving into the singles class, this particular track has been pretty good to two riders specifically. Shayna Texter-Bauman's picked up 2 wins, and Morgan Mishler has picked up 2 wins. Now, Morgan, obviously up in the Twins class now. He's going to be on those Hondas as they come back to Texas, and Al Lamb and Dallas Honda. They're going to have that pre-race party the night before the National, April 26th. Check out details about that. If you fans want something to do the night before the National, it'd be cool to check all that out. But again, Morgan Mishler, Shayna Texter, the 2 riders who won at Texas Motor Speedway in the 450 class, and I think this is a track where Shayna could definitely make a serious run at getting another win on these KTMs. She's won on a KTM at Texas before, but this event, this state at least, has been really kind to the Turner team. In 2022, Mishler winning the race aboard the Turner Honda, and then in 2023 at Doubles Bowl, the Turner Racing team swept that event or that podium with Trent Lowe picking up the win. Now, we were able to catch up with Mike Turner and Trent Lowe at the RBA Flat Track event as well and kind of get their thoughts as they head into Texas.
That's my home track away from home track. That's, you know, Mr. Al Lamb is a good friend of mine. He helps supports me and helped me get my Honda deal. So that's kind of my home away from home track. We've had some ups, some downs, but we're getting it turned around now, and that's one of the reasons we're here, man. You know, fixing to go to Texas, tracks close to Texas, and going to get some good data here, and we're going to be testing here tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to get it turned around.
We got some ideas to try, and definitely going to be a good test getting ready for Texas. So I'm excited. Back out on kart tracks this year. We had our first one in Sonoya, and this is the second one of the year, so should be good. Yeah, I mean, I've started off the season not so hot, but better than last year. I got some same results. Like at Sonoya, I got 8th again, so not stoked about it, but I was able to get a podium at Daytona, which is a big confidence booster for me, really. But yeah, going back to Texas, I think it's going to be good. It's a different track, but kind of same area. I don't know. It's got some memory to it, so going back there is definitely going to be good for me.
So yeah, Texas has been pretty good to Mike Turner and the Turner Racing Honda team the past couple of years, and they'll be looking to get the team's first win down there in Texas, as Trent Lowe was able to do last year. He'll be looking for his first win of the season when we head to the half mile at Texas. But the rider who's kind of dominated the start of this season and has been so good on half miles since hopping aboard KTM's, well, that's the defending champ, Kody Kopp. And since hopping aboard the KTM in 2022, look at these stats on half miles for Kody Kopp. 14 starts, 9 of them being wins, and an average finish of 2.0, an average finish of second place. Kody is off to a insane start this year. He looks like he's got just an extra edge, a little extra swagger. The drip could cause a flood. Kody has been on it this year, and I think Cody's going to be the favorite to win at Texas. That's going to be my pick. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I think we're going to get a repeat of Sonoy with the 2 number 1 plates taking wins down in Texas. But there are several riders who can challenge him, as we mentioned earlier. Shayna Texter-Bauman, who's run really well here. Trent Lowe, Evan Renshaw, with those Turner Racing Hondas that run well on these half miles. They'll be looking to challenge him, but Cody's got to be the favorite. With this track, though, the starts have been critical, and the best starter this year has been Tom Drain. So if Tom can get a whole shot and click off some solid laps, we saw how strong Trevor Brewer was on those Essence and Yamahas, and Tom going to be on those Essence and Yamahas as well as we head to this round. Tom's had a really good year. Aside from the crash at Daytona, Tom probably would have a perfect 3 for 3 on the podium. He's picked up a win, looked so good in that second night in Daytona. I was just a little off the pace at Kody and Sonoy round 3, but Tom, coming into these half miles, he did pick up a win on a car track at Bridgeport last year in pretty dominating fashion. So if Tom can get a whole shot, who knows? Maybe he could pull another disappearing act as we head into Texas. I would also keep an eye out for Chase Sadoff. Chase has been really good at these RPM events. He had a great run at Lima with the RPM show there. Completely different surface, whole other animal. But he did run really well at a clay track for them earlier in the year. And Chase has shown significant speed. He's been a great qualifier. He's put himself in a good spot. A couple of fourth place finishes, and then on the podium in Sonoy. Chase definitely trending upwards this year. And Chase's win could be right around the corner, whether it be at Texas or maybe one of the short tracks out west. I feel like Chase and that Honda are going to be really formidable when we hit Texas Motor Speedway on Saturday night. So keep an eye out for him. And another rider who could play spoiler after being so dominant at the RVA Flat Track event and coming off of his best career AFT finish in Sonoy, that's Aiden Roos-Evans. Now, Aiden swept that RVA Flat Track event, getting solid starts and able to make moves on a track that was grooved up and a little bit difficult to pass on. Aiden made the most of that and put in some solid laps, winning everything that night. Now, again, we're talking about Outlaw versus AFT. So completely different animal, but Roos-Evans could be a dark horse to mix it up for the win, or at least finally get that first career podium in American Flat Track. You, of course, can't forget about the likes of James Ott, who scored his first career podium at Texas Motor Speedway. Dalton Gauthier has a 5th and a 4th to his name at this track. I'm looking to improve on that. Dalton, one of the strongest riders to start the year. And a rookie coming off a solid top 10 in his debut in Braden Fanders.
I felt like I rode good. I feel like I felt like I had good pace all day, and we ended up with a top 10 finish, and I made all my goals that I wanted to for my first AFT debut, and we're gonna head to Texas. Now that I'm past my debut, I want to be consistently in the top 5, and if not, top 10s are acceptable, but we want to be going for that Rookie of the Year at the end of the year.
Texas Motor Speedway awaits round 4 of the 2024 American Flat Track season. So, let's hear your thoughts. Are we excited to get these next 3 rounds underway? What are we looking forward to in this next race as the series hits its first true half mile? I know I'm looking forward to having a few weeks in a row of AFT racing before we fall back into our depression of a month off before the half miles take over the summer stretch. But just a huge thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to all the people who support and continue coming back. Even if you're not a fan of me, thank you for giving it a chance. I appreciate you at least clicking on us and checking us out. To all the riders who take time to chat with me, it really means the world. I'm still just, I'm always going to be that kid who's in awe of what you all are able to do. And, everybody in that pit area is my hero. So I'm still a little nervous about coming up and chatting with you guys because you all are larger than life figures to me and always will be. So thank you so much to those who've taken time to do interviews with us and talk to us. I truly think this is the best form of motorsport on the planet. And we have the best riders and the most, I think, humble and accessible motorsports athletes in the world, right at our fingertips. And you guys have always been so welcoming to me, so welcoming to the fans. And again, you fans are what make this show happen and click. Thanks for checking us out and keeping us motivated to keep these going. We're looking forward to this stretch of racing. We're going to obviously recap Texas, probably sprinkle in a little previews for each short track. I don't know if we'll recap Ventura and Chico individually, or we might just do something together. For me, the other jobs are going to take hold a little bit and pull me away, so content might be a little more spread out, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Thank y'all again, and let's get excited. Texas Motor Speedway coming up this Saturday, round 4 of the 2024 Progressive American Flat Track season. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for checking out all the videos that have been posted across our page. If you could also give some support to Tank Slapping Podcast with Corey Texter and Eric Hartley, Off the Groove with Scotty Dubler, and Pipe Dreams with Corey Alexander and James Rispoli. These are amazing shows that offer some great insight into the world of flat track racing and motorsports in general. So give them a like and a follow and help support those who are supporting flat track racing as well.